Sarnath's very own podcast, where we journey through the past, present, and future of a vibrant Sunbeam family. To kick off this exciting ride, we are honored to introduce two dynamic visionaries whose leadership has shaped the Sunbeam story. Dr. Deepak Madhok, our chairperson, sir, and Mrs. Bharti Madhok, our passionate vice chairperson. Dr. Madhok, a brilliant scholar turned trailblazing leader, brought his rich administrative experience and boundless dedication to education, transforming Sunbeam into a name that echoes not only across Purvanchal but the whole India. His mantra, keep children happy and learning will naturally follow. Alongside him, Mrs. Bharti Madhok, our passionate vice chairperson ma'am, whose nurturing spirit and focus on social responsibility have sown seeds of change. From empowering rural education to the Kaisana Grammar School to championing inclusivity at the Sunbeam Autism Center. Together, they are the heart and soul of Sunbeam's incredible journey from then to now. And as your hosts today, we are here. I'm Anshika.
And I'm Nikita.
And together, we are Sunbeams. So buckle up, listeners. It's time to dive deep into the inspiring world of Sunbeam, guided by those who live and breathe its spirit.
So, sir and ma'am, what are your feelings about the space and theme of Beamcast?
This is a great experience, and I want each Sunbeam to be eloquent, to know how to speak on the mic, to be expressive, to ask questions, and this will also improve your speaking skills, your language skills, and when you interview somebody, and then it is podcast and is sent to everyone, all the children learn so much from it. I hope a lot of learning comes out of this podcast room as well as recording room. And I hope that Sunbeam Sarnath, which is one of the brightest star in the horizon of Sunbeam, the latest and the brightest, and I hope you all have a good advantage with this wonderful place.
Thank you.
I would also like to add by first congratulating Sunbeam Sarnath for making such a wonderful room. Thanks, sir. I know you have always been somehow merging technology with learning. And when we listen to someone, there is a saying, whenever you meet someone or whenever you talk to someone, it's like reading a new book. So when we'll have guests, the guest will give their views, their opinion about different subjects, and that will make our and our students' experience very, very rich. And that is why I highly, highly recommend and congratulate Sunbeam Sarnath for this podcast room.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And it's very grateful to have you and this podcast room. So, starting with the first question, actually, introduce yourself with 3 words in which you feel so the best.
Duty, devotion, discipline. All the 3 things I practice a lot. I understand my sense of responsibility, duty. So, we are running from one school to another so that no school or college is left behind. And devotion is there. And that is what you can see the progress of Sunbeam. And discipline. Without discipline, I have to be disciplined myself. So these 3 things, whatever, and Sunbeam motto has inspired me always.
Dynamic, enterprising, and active.
So, since this is the inauguration of Beamcast, let's again go back to the day Sunbeam started. So, what are the differences from the Sunbeam 5 decades ago and now, and what are the things which are still the same?
The Sunbeam has one USP, and that's the reason why it's a revolution sweeping across northern India. And people are sitting in Delhi or even in Mumbai or all the places, even abroad, they have recognized the style and value of the Sunbeam pedagogy. The reason is that we have learned from experiences, we have learned from external sources, we have just picked up learning from everywhere. Our windows are always open. So 5 decades ago, when we started off, we were a small school, but we had big dreams. And then we started off by learning from everyone. We went to all the cities of India. We went abroad. We sent our teachers and principals abroad. We went online in the COVID times. and we just assimilated all what we saw abroad and in India. And then we implemented it with great sincerity and dedication. And that's the reason after 5 decades, 53 years of Sunbeam, now learning from experiences, Sunbeam has become one of the top brands in northern India, at least. And people have started saying that Sunbeam is a place where learning happens, where sincerely the motto of duty, dedication, and devotion is being followed to the T by every child and every staff member.
Things for sure have changed in last 53 years. And I joined Sunbeam Group about 45 years, 46 years back. And I remember those students used to come by rickshaws. They were fans in the classrooms, and there was no AC, and we didn't need that also. And Varanasi was greener, but as the time has changed, and there was no technology, not much technology, and there was a lot of gap between any metro school and a school here in Varanasi. But as Sir has rightly said, our pedagogy, because there was a very strong link with the outside world. We used to travel a lot. I'm from Delhi, so I used to go there very often. So while comparing the notes, we realized that the right mixture, creating temples of learning in the city of temples, you have to be modern, you have to know what's happening in the world across, but you have to keep your culture, your value deep rooted in the city. So we started working on the syllabus, on the preset, and now if you see, it's a hard work of 50 plus years, and it's so beautiful. Today, I'm confident that my sunbeams, they never feel low when they go to any metro, whether it is Mumbai or whether it is even New York or anywhere, because what you're getting here in Varanasi, and thanks to technology, thanks to Sir's vision, thanks to the team, the Sunbeam team, because anyone who could resonate with our thoughts, with our feelings, they stayed put with us, and they give. I always say, इस यज्ञ में सबने अपनी आहुति दी है, and which I value the most. Things have changed for good, and we have improved by every new day.
Sir and ma'am, how did Jai Hind came into Sunbeam's frame? Is there any story behind it?
Sir is a very, very big fan of Subhas Chandra Bose. So I would want him to speak.
So Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose was my idol, and in fact, he was a ICS officer. In those days, you had to travel to London to give the ICS exam, and he resigned. He was the city commissioner of Calcutta, and he used to go on a bike, on a cycle, to inspecting all the places. But he resigned from that. He threw away his. He belonged to a very high family, and he said that I'm going to join the freedom struggle. And the very fact that he traveled all the way across India, and he was the president of the Congress for a very long time, and very few people know that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was the dynamic force behind the 1930s and 40s of Congress. He traveled in the early 40s across India, disguised himself as a monk, as a vagabond, and he went to Kabul. And from there, he traveled across Asia. And imagine in those days traveling to Germany. He goes and meets Hitler, and Hitler puts him on a submarine, and he goes in that U-boat to Tokyo. And the most sensitive time was when he asked the U-boat captain to bring up the submarine on the coast of South India. And when he saw Bharat, the coastline of Bharat, the U-boat captain said, "You only have 5 minutes because British ships will sink us." He said, "I just want 3 minutes to say Jai Hind to my country." So that is how Jai Hind came. And then Jai Hind came to the Singapore the Indian National Army. And then when the Indian National Army was formed, it came right up to Kohima, and they wrote Jai Hind on the big gate which they made there, where the Indian National Army advanced against the British. So he gave up his life. So I'm telling you this long story because I want to motivate you about the words Jai Hind. And that is what you say. Even the army, even people in the airlines now started following Sunbeam. And many airlines have started saying Jai Hind to their passengers.
And the whole idea why we brought it to Sunbeam was we want children to understand that no matter what happens, it should be country first. Our personal religion, our personal faith should not be our priority. Country first. And that is why that's how the country will progress. And we want to instill this emotion in each one of us, each student, and so that you never forget Jai Hind, हिंद की जय होनी चाहिए चाहे हमारी पर्सनल हार हो जाए.
So Desh Pratham, Rashtra Pratham, all other priorities that has to be grilled into the mind of each child कि हम किसी religion, किसी caste, किसी area के हों, लेकिन हम एक देश के वासी हैं, वो है भारत.
We'll surely try to inculcate these.
So, sir and ma'am, do you see this podcast room becoming a bridge between students, parents, and teachers?
For sure, yes, because we can't, like all of us can't be meeting everyone. And when there is a podcast, you can listen to people's opinions, people's voices will reach all the students, all the parents. And that's how, whatever we are, we have listened to a lot of people. We all have to develop good listening skills. So, whatever anyone would say, not everything you will be able to comprehend or resonate with. But whatever appeals to the children, whatever appeals to the parents, if it is good, if it is meaningful, at least we will build a community who knows each other, who listens to each other, and who respects each other's opinion.
So the voices of this mini radio station of Sarnath will remain for a very long time, long after you all have gone away, long after you are busy in your own families, in your lives, and perhaps after 20 years, both of you come to this room and try to say, I was the one who took the first podcast here. So that would be wonderful. And long after everything is over, these thoughts will resonate in the minds of all the children who come and study at Sarnath.
So we'll start with the rapid fire round. And our first question is, draw a simple doodle that describes your school life.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, so ma'am has basketball court and
Basketball and cycling.
okay.
For me, cycling down to school was so much fun. I felt so empowered because I was responsible for my own journey. So that gave me a lot of fun. And I used to see myself mostly in the playgrounds. So that is school days for me.
And for sir?
Mine is books, and that's the chemistry lab.
Okay.
You can see that. And then there's the cycle, because I also used to cycle down on the BHU lanes and go to the school. Yeah.
So you both are on the same page for cycling.
Yes.
Cycling was
Yeah,
there.
that's why we are together. We pulled it off for 45 years. Yeah. And, why Sunbeam progressed? It is because of this connection. Sir is a science person. I'm more a humanities person. I'm more outdoor and music oriented and dance and all that parallel activities which you call curriculum, which you call. And Sir is so much into academics and technology. And Sunbeam gets the best of both the worlds.
Yeah.
That describes the heart and soul of Sunbeam.
Yeah. Okay.
So next question, describe our school in one word.
Okay. One word.
Knowledge. Knowledge.
Futuristic.
Ma'am's better.
So next question is your favorite spot on the school campus. It can be yours or you already did yours.
Yeah. I can write. Basketball. Though I'm a cricketer, I was taken into national team. I have played Haryana, but basketball is what I love more.
Lab, chemistry.
One word, ma'am.
Lab. Okay.
Next. Rapid fire is quick. Come on.
One word that describes your leadership style.
One word.
Decisive. So next, if you had to ban one thing in school forever, what would it be?
It's a long word.
Laziness. Procrastination.
Procrastination.
What's your secret talent no one in school knows about?
Secret talent.
Everybody knows me. Quite okay.
Singing, we know of yours.
Yeah, there's nothing left. No other talent left.
We know you
Dance.
are good.
Everybody knows you dance.
Okay.
So it's okay if you are going to put it that way. But I will write something else.
I can't cook.
So that's not a talent.
Yeah, cooking is a talent. Who says it is not?
My secret talent. If there is left.
Even if you know this is what.
Okay. Chalo.
Traveling. So one word advice for today's generation.
Work hard.
Ma'am says take a chance.
Take a chance. Don't give up. Try out everything. Something will fall back nicely if not trying is criminal. So please try. Take a chance.
And that brings us to the end of our very first episode. A heartfelt thank you to our chairperson and vice chairperson for joining us today and sharing such valuable insights.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Stay connected, stay inspired. We'll catch you in the next episode.
Signing off for now. Until next time. Thank you.
Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you and Jai Hind. It was indeed nice talking to you.
The pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Both of you are brilliant.